sad, hard-hearted, and a rebellious people. Good evening to our viewing audience for another part or another segment of the Watchmen of the Round Table. Today's topic is dealing with the pressing issue in the black community. Our community, we have so many pressing issues in the black community, but our community, unfortunately, is dealing with one huge topic that brought us all here this evening to the house of one of our pioneers, Brother Willie, who has been a business owner for generations in our community. We're at one of his locations, which is 1105 Sunset Road in Burlington, but he also has another location, 498 Beverly-Rancocas Road, Willingboro, New Jersey. So first, before I state the topic of discussion that we're going to be talking about and dealing with problems and solutions, I would like to welcome our viewing audience to the intelligent minds that we have in the room. So we're going to go around, and if you can just announce yourself, who you are and what you are affiliated with, or who you are affiliated with, even if you're just a community activist or you are a person that lives in the Burlington County, New Jersey area. We're going to start with my left because this is Brother Willie Barbershop. So we're going to start with Brother Willie.
This is Willie Liddell, owner of Willie Burlington Barbershop, 1105 Sunset Road, Burlington, New Jersey.
Go ahead.
And I also have a beauty salon at 498 Beverly-Rancocas Road, Willingboro, New Jersey.
Yes, sir. Brother Bilal?
Yes, Bilal Muslim, Burlington County, actually on Burlington Township, and I'm here representing Fighting Freedom.
Hi, I'm Fred Champion. I'm the head PR person and media at John Evans Players. I also own a landscape company called Copper Arms. I'm a native of Willingboro.
My name is William Maxson, also known as Brother Siddiqui. I own a business by the name of Mike Check 1212 LLC. I have a children's educational show called Hip Hop Edutainment. I'm a representative of the UNIACL, that's Universal Negro Improvement Association, African Community League of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I'm a community activist, I'm a nation builder, and I'm here to build with the brothers.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Dr. J. Edward Pernsley. I'm a public servant with over 20 years of leadership experience. I have a consulting business. Right now I'm promoting career development.
Yes, sir.
I hire you career coaching and career development because really focusing on helping people find their passion and purpose. So I'm just here to serve, that's all.
That's it. That's all we have.
Chase McCullough, Willingboro native, and still current Willingboro resident.
Mark Weston, Willingboro resident.
Corey Yaks, Willingboro resident, Melanin Market, co-founder of La Luz restaurant, and also Willingboro Palace softball coach.
My name is Akbar Muhammad, community activist in Philadelphia, New Jersey, also the president and CEO of 21st Century.
Hello, my name is Michael Little. I've been working with Willie for about 5 years now, and started off tea repair, from tea repair to brick mason to medical assistant. Now I'm here.
Okay. All right. So yes, sir.
Brother Ryan Detreville, as of Saturday, the CEO of the LLC company, Initial Marketing and Project Management team.
Yes, sir.
I'm currently working for McKesson Health Solutions for 3.5 years as an OSR operator. Before that, I was with Teva Pharmaceuticals for 8.5 years as a receiving tech.
Yes, sir.
So I have a 15-year pharma background along with marketing and project management tools.
Yes, sir.
Just trying to help young men advance and think about their careers and building their business.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Ryan.
Brother Sylvester Muhammad, affiliated with the Nation of Islam.
Okay. Brother Mike.
Good evening, everyone. Mike Warren, born and raised in Willingboro, currently reside in Willingboro, an educator for the past 29 years.
Okay.
Wilbert X. We are involved in entertainment and affiliated with a publishing company called New Outlook Publishing, and also affiliated with a group called the Delphonics. This is who I am, and I'm excited about being here building with the brothers.
Okay. All right.
Islam, Mike Woods L., born and raised in Willingboro, partner at Lighted Up Electric, owner of Osco Financial Services, and always down to talk with the brothers and build. Much needed.
That's right.
Brother Brian Muhammad, student representative of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan here. I've been ministering here in Willingboro probably about 10 years. Been a student of the minister for about 25 years, and so just here to serve, build with the brothers.
That's it.
Gladstone Spalding, been in Willingboro since 1982 and just a concerned citizen.
Yes, sir. So we see we have a diverse background, but unique in our suffering that's here in this area called North America, but a diverse background. So one of the things I wanted to go with, and why we're here, what brought us all here this evening, is surrounding one of the topics that most of us in this room stated that they were business owners. So you know how hard it is to get your business up and running, sustain your business, and you know that if you don't have people supporting your business, then soon you'll be out of business. Is that right? We all could agree on that, right? But one of the pressing issues that we wanted to talk about, because there's a location that had 7 complaints, and it's a hair product store, but it has 7 complaints with disrespecting our women, disrespecting our children, and disrespecting some men. So my question for us all, and we're going to open up the floor for this one, the disrespect that we receive from those who come from outside of our community and do business with that. What are some pressing issues about those who disrespect, these people who do not support our community, but they come into the community, suck us dry, and disrespect us at the same time? Now this part, the first portion, we're just going to deal with the problem and go to the root of the problem. Because every disease that's out there, we got to go to the root of disease first before we can find out what's the solution. So we want to go to the root of the disease, and I'm going to start with our brother right here. Go ahead, soldier. I know I put you on the mark.
I think quite naturally, you'll have anybody try to take advantage or manipulate you if it's allowed. But I think part of the issue is not really understanding the value that our dollars have, and understanding that there is a matter of choice that you have. You can choose to patronize a business, or you can choose to put your dollars elsewhere. I think that's the beauty of just being able to go where you want. Me personally, if I don't feel like I'm getting the proper service, or if I don't feel that you just value my patronage, I won't come there. You know, and I think that when you do, and we all business owners. I mean, the reality is, word of mouth can build a business or it can break a business.
That's
right.
right.
You don't even have to tear down a business. I think that you say, hey brother, I had a bad experience at such and such, then it just kind of spirals into its own. But, it's something that you have to talk about.
Right.
You have to acknowledge, but bigger than that, you must really take some action behind it.
Absolutely. But Brother Willie, being a business owner in the community for generations, so I know you've seen business come and you've seen business go. The disrespect that's invited in our community, what's at the root of it?
Well, the root of that, we have to educate ourselves, to that, and being our business owner, all of us being business, we got to explode ourselves, teach people what we doing,
Right.
Put out flyers and stuff, and
Right.
let everybody know what we doing and how we doing.
Right.
And our black business, we got to do black business. Not saying that a lot of times black business say they open up at a certain time, and they don't open up at a certain time.
Right,
A lot of times we hurt our own self, our
Right.
black business. So we have to more to unite ourselves, you know, and you know, talk to each other,
Right.
educate ourselves, educate the young people how the money thing work,
Right.
economic work. You know what I mean? A lot of times we not educating our own people
Right.
how to do. So you really don't have to take the abuse from nobody.
Right.
You know, start your own.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right,
So
absolutely.
but you have to teach people how to do it.
Right.
And do it the right way.
Right.
And so it's, you know, it's a being in business is not an easy thing.
Right.
But you know, you have to really work at it.
Right.
You know, get your mind set to it. Then educate each other. You know, we have black and our entrepreneurs, we have to do those things to keep things moving in our own communication.
Right.
So we don't have to go and do that.
Right.
We don't have to go buy Chinese food.
Right.
We don't have to go to Soul Boat. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
that's right, that's right.
So we could really start our own. Really don't. If all in here, look at. We really need a black soul food restaurant.
Yes.
We don't have that.
Right.
So it's a lot of work need to be done.
Right. Brother Jay, some of the disrespect that we have in our community.
The way I see it, first and foremost, we gotta start respecting each other. And I'll speak to my generation specifically. You see it a lot in the music, the battle rap. You know, it's entertainment, but at the end of the day, it creates a culture. And I think, I don't know where to pinpoint it exactly, but at some point, the disrespect became trendy. You know what I mean? Dissing each other. That's where the term diss comes from, the disrespect. And I've been guilty of it, you know, coming up, you know, you start cracking jokes on your friends or whoever, and it just kind of elevates. So I think we gotta kind of reset our the way we think about each other and ourselves and start respecting each other more, first and foremost. And I think once we do that in our communities and amongst our families, each other, whatever, I think it'll force everybody else to respect us. You know what I mean? We won't allow people to come in here it shouldn't be 7 complaints. It should have been any situation.
Right,
from the
right.
first situation, it had been dealt with right then and there. And we wouldn't have allowed it to get so abundant, you know,
Right.
where people come in here and just continuously disrespect us, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I've seen store owners disrespect people that I knew, but because maybe I had an issue with that person, it didn't bother me as much. You know, maybe if I loved my brother, my sister the way that I should, at that age, we would have said something, or, you know, we could see a certain person get disrespected because, hey, he wasn't talking to me. Other people go in there and patronize that store. It won't become a problem until somebody they know or they care about is disrespected.
Right.
When it should have been dealt with, you know, first and foremost from the first incident. So,
right.
I think if we, you know, start, you know, respecting each other a little bit more, especially in the music. You know, I hate to say it because, you know, I grew up listening to it, but I think if we start practicing self-respect amongst each other, there won't be any room for anybody else to come into our communities and disrespect us.
That's real, that's real. I'm going young, Brother Fred. I'm going young, Brother Fred. Come on.
How you doing? Again, I'm Fred Champion. My thing about it is, in America, we pay taxes, right?
Yeah,
we
that's
pay
right.
taxes to the government. And when other countries or, you know, people come into our communities, they don't pay us taxes. Basically, what I'm saying is this. You look at any neighborhood that's a black community that's impoverished or whatever.
Right.
These companies they bring they you know, Chinese food in here, or corner store in our neighborhood, liquor stores in our neighborhood, and I noticed that they don't give back.
Right.
You know, they don't do back to school drives, none of that.
Right.
They don't pay taxes to us.
Right.
And I believe that, you know, in any black community, whether it's Willingboro, which is a suburb, or the, you know, Camden or whatever, any black
place where any place where it's black people that's there, and people come in that don't look like us should pay taxes.
Right.
Because we pay taxes to America.
Right.
Mr. Willie, you pay taxes, right? You got to, right? You got a business. So when other races come in our where we reside at, they should pay us taxes.
Right.
You know, hey, these treat us like human beings.
Right.
You always say that as a human being. That's
Right.
taxes within itself.
Right.
You know, so even the Bible speaks about that. You know, treat others as you do unto others as you do unto yourself.
Right.
So like if you wouldn't treat your brother and sister like that, why treat mine like that?
Right.
And that's just my thing. Like, you know, the attitudes, following you in the store.
Right.
Like it should be tolerated.
Right.
And if they're not giving back, and they can't at least treat us as human beings. I'm not asking for a handout, but if you can't treat me as a human being at least.
Right.
Then what you here for?
Right. Absolutely.
But you still want my money. You still
Right.
you still want my money, but you can't respect me.
Right.
And that trumps anything. Like I'd rather have you respect me first
Right.
as a individual.
Right.
So if we're gonna think about when things like that happen, like we have to tell them, like, listen, look, either you're gonna respect us, you gotta stop.
Right. Absolutely.
And as you look at it as with amongst each other, like I see it a lot with young brothers when they be like, okay, dude try to play me, so like my man said, listen, like a dude try to play me, something steps on, but we quick to do it to ourselves.
Right.
We could just money bumped into me and say excuse me, so I'm gonna see what's up with him.
Right.
Just like that. But when another nation come in your community and do the same thing, disrespect you, you looking like, oh, he don't call the cops, I ain't gonna do nothing to him.
Right.
Come on, we gotta stop that.
Right.
I shouldn't. You shouldn't be my enemy. I shouldn't wake up, go to the store, and ready to fly off on you or harm you because you look like me. I think we shouldn't want to do that.
Right.
I'm not saying that we should hurt other people at all. No, but at the end of the day, like, we need to protect our community. Don't let nobody else. You know, I heard the guy was put his hands on a female.
Right.
On a woman. I'm like, that shouldn't fly.
Right. It should.
You know what I mean? Because that was somebody look like you. Not saying that, you know, everybody get down like that, but that's somebody that put their hands on your sister. You be ready.
Right.
You be ready to go and hop on another brother. So somebody that's an outsider should get the same type of treatment that you'll give to somebody else.
Right. And the disrespect has gone so far, whereas though now they're posting up pictures.
That's right.
They're putting pictures so you could actually walk into this beauty supply store and you could see pictures of maybe one of your family members posted who may have had some sort of infraction with this store, but now you see the pictures of them, so now it's forcing you, when you see them, it's forcing you to think one way, that, oh, my sister or my brother must be a thief. This is how far the disrespect is going. So, Akbar, I know you've seen a lot of disrespect in our community.
Well, one of the things about, I hear the word respect came out, everybody spoke. See, the opposite word respect. The only way you're going to get respect from anybody, you got to first be self-respecting. See, and then when you self-respecting, then you put yourself in a position to demand respect. Nobody's going to respect you if you don't respect yourself.
Right.
Like my brother just said, we quick to anger with each other.
Right.
That's a manifestation of a real insidious disease called self-hate. Till we can overcome self-hate, this is not going to stop. It'll continue. It's going on. It's been going on, like brother said, when he was a young man. And we got all these stories. We real quick to hurt each other. That within itself is really baffling to any intelligent thinking person on this planet. Before people come here to this country, we wise enough to know they didn't just come here with the idea that they could set up shop without somebody telling them that it was cool to do that. And we're the ones that's telling them that without even opening up our mouth, because actions speak louder than words.
Right.
So our actions entail that you can come in our community. We're not going to respect our women.
Right.
We're not going to protect our children.
Right.
We keep saying our hood. No, see, we call it the hood. Why? Because we don't look at each other as neighbors. We don't even say neighborhood no more.
Right.
We say we drop neighbor because we don't see each other as each other's neighbor. So it's all right for anybody to come in and set up shop and make money, and it's because they already know they're not going to respect each other.
Right.
Some people taking millions of dollars out of our neighborhood all over this country, not putting nothing back because they know we ain't gonna come and ask them for nothing.
Right.
They already know that, but we'll ask each other for $2 that we might have owed each other from 5 years ago.
Right.
And be ready to blow the back of each other's head off.
Right.
Over nothing.
Over nothing.
That within itself, it shows that self-hate has to be confronted first and foremost, and it got to start with the youth.
Right.
And a lot of our people, older people, they hate the young people more than the young people hate themselves.
Right. Wow.
And that puts fear in them to not even want to go and confront the young man in a civilized manner to try to show him the right way to do.
Right.
So we in a situation that's really tantamount to being crazy as hell.
Right.
We won't do nothing. And those that's in front of our youth, they'll show us signs that they're doing things, but they have access to liquid cash.
Right.
But the money that they have is not trickling down to the masses of people who follow their folly. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to say I like the baby. It's easy for me to say I like Little Baby. It's easy for me to say I like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. Yeah, I like them. What do I like them for? Is Cardi B coming down here and really sitting down with 1,000 young girls and showing them economic freedom? See, is Offset, is he coming down here and really showing the black man how to buy some houses? Just buy 3 blocks of houses and give them to him. Because y'all down the Super Bowl right now, y'all popping bottles like crazy.
Right.
The white man setting up pop-up restaurants right now. If you want to be 6 people, it'll cost you 10,000. So we, in the mind of the whole world, we the dumbest, richest people on the planet. And we ain't doing nothing. We broke faking. We still filling the jails up.
Right.
And then we got people, once they die, now we all emotionally enthralled about trying to do the right thing.
Right.
Nipsey Hussle died. Oh man, Nipsey died. Everybody, the Bloods and Crips, they ain't stopped killing.
Right.
Kobe died. Everybody shaking right now. That ain't gonna stop nothing.
Right.
It's a teaching that got to come amongst us that's based on love, man.
Right.
And if I don't love for my brother what I love for myself, being in this circle right now, I'm bullshit. If I don't love him as my young brother, I ain't saying nothing encouraging to him, I'm bullshit.
Yeah.
And there's too many people that's my age act like they never was his age. There's too many people my age that act like they never was his age. I changed my life around. When I was his age, all y'all might have ran up out of here if y'all see me come through the door.
Right.
Don't keep it real, man. I knew that brother right there. Me and that man brother was away together.
Yes, sir.
So I'm just saying, so it got to be a change somewhere, but it's predicated on love. If we don't let love break out in our community, we done, man.
Yes, sir.
We done.
So y'all hear where it's going, right? So we're getting hot, but I was listening as he was talking about the music, and we do have a business owner whose daughter hip hop cats. Talk to us. The disrespect that's in our community is our music being used to funnel and fuel the disrespect.
That's most definitely, you know what I mean? But the only reason why it's able to happen because we don't own and control the industry.
Oh, wow.
We can dictate the narrative if we own and control the music and the entertainment industry. You know what I mean? It's, you know, with your Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, that was his objective. Anything that is created by us, we should own and control it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this has been something that has been dropped, but the nation had picked it up at one period of time. You know what I mean? It's, you know, this still should be the objective. So we should own and control anything that we utilize and then enjoy. You know what I mean? So the reason why that disrespect is happening is because we don't have an alternative. Many times we don't have alternatives. When they know the fact that we don't have anything to provide for ourselves, they're going to provide it, and they're going to say, you take it, and I'm going to disrespect you at the same time as you taking it. I don't have to do anything besides take your money and tell you to keep it moving. So once we realize that we got to think about race first. That's the message. We got to think about race first. Everybody else practice it.
Come on.
Except us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to put in the "we shall overcome" message, but the "we shall overcome," we always find out we are the only ones that don't overcome.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Because of the fact that we continue to give everyone else the respect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Without giving ourselves the respect.
Right.
And that's the only way in which we're going to win within the society and within this world. We got to realize anything that we do has got to be applied to race first.
Right.
The Hispanics do it, the Chinese do it, the Indians do it.
Right.
There's no complaints about them doing it.
Right.
But once the black man and woman do it, it's why
Right.
you acting so racist? Why you? I mean, amongst ourselves, these
Right.
black people amongst ourselves, we say, why you acting like that? Why you know, we accept all people.
Right.
But where is it being practiced outside of us?
Absolutely.
You know, we got to start realizing this is the only way we're going to win within this world right here. You know, if we don't think about race first,
Yes.
we're done.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? So my objective, and Mr. Willie, he spoke on himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that the fact that we got to have sit-downs and conversations
Right.
to let this younger generation, my
Right.
man back there was a youngin' at.
Oh, where you go? Where you go? Where you go?
Right.
Oh, here you go. My bad. Oh, he was talking about the young man.
But you know,
My bad.
we got to continue to groom them.
Here we go. We got the future right
We
there.
got to groom the next generation.
That's
to
right.
Give them the understanding that you can run a business, you can own a business. You know,
Right.
you don't always have to go out here seeking business. As far as hip hop edutainment, I own that trademark.
Right.
My company is Mike Check 1212 LLC.
Right.
You know, so we own the term hip hop edutainment. So anybody that wants to be under hip hop edutainment, you have to have positive, educational, fun type of message that's in your lyrics. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And if you want to be identified with something that someone, your parents or your imam or your
Preacher, anybody. That's right.
You want to be able to say that, you know, they're not going to be offended.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when you have that kind of message in the music and you control that industry,
Right.
which Mike Check 1212 is looking to be able to do,
Right.
that's when the message in the music can change. You can still keep the rhythm.
Right.
You can still keep it banging.
Absolutely.
It don't mean the fact you can't, you know,
Uh-huh.
speak on some educational message or some religious message
Right.
for you to still be able to dance off of
Right.
it. You know, we lost that. You know
Right.
what I mean? But
Right.
that's when you lose control of your industry. Everything, all our talents, we seem to give them away to Massa.
Right.
Because Massa know how. See, because Massa got money.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
we have the money, really.
Right.
We're just not applying it to the right directions. We're doing it for self.
Right.
You know what I mean? What you gotta practice is race first.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what the UNIA was about. Marcus
Right.
Garvey didn't borrow any money
Right.
from no white man.
Right.
Garvey never bashed the white man or nothing
Right,
like
right.
His main objective is what you doing for self.
Right.
You got 2 eyes, 2 hands, you know what I mean, 2 feet.
Right.
You got 1 mind, you can be able to think about whatever you need to do for yourself.
Right.
You don't need to bash anybody else.
Right.
Just do for self and think race first.
That's
You know
all.
what I'm saying?
That's all.
Like, be a little more
We take-
long-winded.
yeah, yeah,
You
no,
know what I
no,
mean,
no, we
family?
good,
You know
we
what I
good.
mean? That's part of our reality, though.
Right.
You know? That's why they disrespecting us, because we don't think race first.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you see a sister being disrespected or a little kid disrespected, and you're gonna just let this joker get away with it
Right.
without confronting, hold up, man. That's my sister right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hold
Right,
up.
right.
That's my nephew right there,
Right.
man. You don't need to watch your mouth.
Right.
You understand? You show somebody gonna stand up and address them
Right.
with that ugliness right there.
Right.
And then that strikes fear in them.
Right.
Not to say the black man is just that combative.
Right.
But
Right.
we are respected. We are respected people.
Yeah.
Regardless of our height. Look, when a black man speaks to any other race,
Right. Come on.
it's a fear.
Right.
For some reason, it's you know, they got to acknowledge the fact that they ain't playing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they come with their numbers,
Right.
we a problem.
Right.
Any which way you look at it, we as this unified effort right here.
Yeah.
I don't know how much fear it might create now because it's,
Well, listen.
I'm just saying.
Well-
you know what I'm saying? Because we're amongst brothers, brothers that are of other practices of beliefs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Different parts of society. It's unity right here. That means something. That's a message to people. You know
Well,
what I mean?
listen, it's high octane in the room. You know what I mean? You don't put high octane in the cheap Toyota, is that right? All right, then, so yeah, you gotta be afraid because that thing catch fire real fast. But something you stated, an alternative. Again, we have an alternative to that beauty supply shop. We got Willie's Barber Shop and Beauty Supply in 2 locations, so I don't want y'all to forget that. 1105 Sunset Road, Burlington, New Jersey, and 498 Beverly-Rancocas Road, Willingboro, New Jersey, because that's very important.
Very important.
Redirecting the dollars to an alternative source.
Exactly.
Brother Bilal, I know you have a youth program. The disrespect in our community, you with the youth all the time. Speak on the disrespect.
Yeah, well, first off, it's this room is packed with power. You know, and what I'm hearing is nothing but power, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know, especially the brother who spoke shortly ago about what's going on in our community. You know, just to be sitting in this room with the NG, I'm blessed. We're blessed.
Right,
you know,
right.
Sitting in Mr. Willie's shop to discuss this at the round table,
right.
And as Willie just stated, you know what I mean, this right here is hopefully God will set the stage what we need to do in our community. You know,
right.
I hear revolutionary change without being radical. Right. You know, and that's what, you know, we come from being radical was in the civil rights movement in the 60s, the 70s, all the way up to current. You know, because now we're using our minds. The thing that brother talked about that I wanted to emphasize on is we have to come from a place of love.
Right, right.
And that's something that we've been promoting a while, was though we have to keep love present within ourselves first and foremost.
Right.
You know, if we don't do that, then how are we gonna exude love outside of ourselves?
Right.
You know, something that I talked about today regarding the tragic death of Kobe Bryant. You know, it's, you know, you look on Facebook, social media, Twitter, whatever the case may be, you talk about daddy girl, and it's a whole bunch of emphasis on that. Okay, it's been daddy girls.
Come on,
you know,
come on,
it's been
brother.
daddy girls, and you talk about the youth. You know, and bless Kobe and his family and the other 5 to 7 that was on that total of 9, but that unfortunate situation is to me brought us more closer together.
Right.
That shouldn't have happened to bring us closer together, because I'm sure all the brothers in this room, we have children, we have boys, we have girls, we have grandchildren, you know, and it shouldn't take something tragic such as that for us to sustain our families and say, okay, let me do something with my daughter. Let me do something with my son.
Right.
Now, something that you mentioned, or you asked about the youth. I believe the youth are our future.
That's right.
But if they don't know no better, they won't do no better.
Right.
You know, the only way our youth is going to do better, they have to be shown how to do better. And I think one of the things that we deal with was, though we're discussing this particular incident, was though you have somebody come from out of our community, set up shop in our community, because they don't see us respecting ourselves. And I heard a couple of us talk about that. They look at us with our pants down, you know, whatever case may be. Disrespecting our women, disrespecting our kids.
Right.
You know, kids coming in there maybe possibly stealing, whatever case may be.
Right.
There's a lack of respect for us. So therefore, they feel as though they can treat us any kind of way because we treat ourselves any kind of way.
Right.
That has got to stop. You know,
Right.
and I want to salute our elders in here for showing us, for showing me how to represent myself first and foremost.
Right.
You know, because
Right.
I couldn't do it on my own.
Right.
When I was coming up, you know, I went out into the world just like some of these young people, these kids are doing, and I tried to get it that way, you know,
Right.
and land on places where I didn't want to be, land up in places that I represent now, which is the Juvenile Justice Commission. I tried to do that on my own. I didn't have male role models such as these elders, Mr. Willie, whatever, that taught me, say, boy, get your butt off the corner.
Right.
Boy, do this, don't do that, you know, and not to be condescending with the boy aspect.
Right,
but
right,
just,
right.
you know, boy, you can't do that.
Right.
You shouldn't do that, you know, so our elders represent us, you know, elders represent me,
Right.
and I'm grateful to have them in our community.
Right. So we see what we got going on here. One thing I wanted to say to our viewing audience, because they got to be mindful of this, because they see us all in the room, right? They see us all in the room, but they see us giving undivided attention to everybody who has something to say. And this is what you call a representation of self-discipline, what they see in the room. I wanted to switch gears real quick because something he said, he talked about our behavior. We're going up in these stores and we're going up in there, but we're acting other than ourselves. Our behavior is acting other than ourselves. We're stealing and we're behaving a certain way. So talk about the behavior that we display, Brother Gladstone.
Yeah, that's first thing y'all brothers, man. That's hard to follow y'all. That was
Right. There's so much in the room. Right.
But first thing is with these kids, and I remember I was youth myself, and I always mention that I grew up with both parents. So
right.
I'm not gonna sit up and say I was a saint and everything, but one thing I did was have that respect coming into that store.
Right.
And just like I told you last week, I seen a brother stealing the other day.
Right.
Stopped it.
Right.
And this is something that we all need to do.
Right.
When we start seeing these kids, everything, it's a little dangerous, but brother, is there a problem? Do you need me to get that for you?
Right.
Because it ain't that serious.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean, that sell is never that serious.
Right.
For that little bit of money.
Right.
So it's so hard to get that across to the youth because it becomes a thrill to them.
Right.
So even if you do see kids, everybody, they acting right, I try to tell them immediately, please.
Right.
Stop, it's not worth that.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
And then you have these store owners that's going to act up and cause a reaction.
Right.
So every bad action is a reaction.
Right.
So now, just like Mr. Willie said, the education is where we have to go on learning these kids.
Right.
Pull them back,
Right.
learn how to do business, learn how to treat business,
Right.
and also learn, I wanted to get back on that real quick, as far as how to treat black business.
Right.
All right, you mentioned that the stores don't open on time, and they're not, as a black business. And
Right.
I came up with a rule, me and my wife been doing this for the past 3 years. I give black businesses 3 tries. Because most business we go to, we get treated at one of those restaurants, get treated like crap, but we back there again anyway.
Right.
So that bothers me.
Right.
But not only do I go there, when I have a problem with them, I go speak to them, excuse me, sir, like, listen, I didn't like, with such and such.
Right.
And I give them time to correct it.
Right.
I'll come back and I'll patronize them again.
Right.
If there's a problem, I'll tell them again.
Right.
So after that 3rd time, I tell them, listen, I'm not feeling the customer service I'm getting or
Right.
the food I'm having,
Right.
and I let them know.
Right.
But that communication is not to hurt them; it's to do better.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Because I want to be able to go tell my whole family, please, go
Right.
support this brother over here. He has
Right.
a great business. They talk well, they service well, they treat us right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the hardest part.
Right.
So I hope people take that type of model. Please try to give black business at least 3 tries.
Right.
And to communicate.
Right.
Because without that communication, we ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right. Absolutely.
It's gonna fall short. First thing is with these kids, and I remember I was youth myself, and I always mention that I grew up with both parents. So
Right.
I'm not gonna sit up and say I was a saint and everything, but one thing I did was have that respect coming into that store.
Right.
And just like I told you last week, I seen a brother stealing the other day.
Right.
Stopped him.
Right.
And this is something that we all need to do.
Right.
When we start seeing these kids, everything, it's a little dangerous, but brother, is there a problem? Do you need me to get that for you?
Right.
Because it ain't that serious.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean, that sell is never that serious.
Right.
For that little bit of money.
Right.
So it's so hard to get that across to the youth because it becomes a thrill to them.
Right.
So even if you do see kids, everybody, and they acting right, I try to tell them immediately, please.
Right.
Stop, it's not worth that.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
And then you have these store owners that's going to act up and cause a reaction.
Right.
So every bad action is a reaction.
Right.
So now, just like Mr. Willie said, the education is where we have to go on learning these kids.
Right.
Pull them back,
Right.
learn how to do business, learn how to treat business,
Right.
and also learn, I wanted to get back on that real quick, as far as how to treat black business.
Right.
All right, you mentioned that the stores don't open on time, and they're not, as a black business.
Right.
I came up with a rule, me and my wife been doing this for the past 3 years. I give black businesses 3 tries. Because most business we go to, we get treated at one of those restaurants, get treated like crap, but we back there again anyway.
Right.
So,
Right.
So that bothers me.
Right.
But not only do I go there, when I have a problem with them, I go speak to them, excuse me, sir, like, listen, I didn't like, with such and such.
Right.
And I give them time to correct it.
Right.
I'll come back and I'll patronize them again.
Right.
If there's a problem, I'll tell them again.
Right.
So after that third time, I tell my listener, I'm not feeling the customer service I'm getting or the food I'm having, and I let them know.
Right.
But that communication is not to hurt them, it's to do better.
Right.
All right. Because I want to be able to go tell my whole family, please, yo,
Right.
go support this brother over here. He has
Right.
a great business. They talk well, they service well, they treat us right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the hardest part.
Right.
So I hope people take that type of model. Please try to give black men at least 3 tries.
Right.
And communicate.
Right.
Because without that communication, we ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right. Absolutely.
It's gonna fall short.
And you're absolutely correct. They said that 40 cents a day is spent with a franchise.
It's easy.
So regardless of what, it's guaranteed. This franchise, no, it's guaranteed that I'm gonna get some money.
Right.
If it's only even 40 cents. I'm gonna go to the back of the room back here with Brother Ryan, because I don't want y'all falling asleep. We gotta wake them up there, and we're gonna bring it up real quick.